Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
And so take note about it. So when this is said and done, we're talking about expressions now in general. What are some of the terms that you can use actually to start using these expressions? Oftentimes people, may not know what to say. And so in this section, I grouped it in different ways, expressing your opinions, it could be I, it could be as, it could be to, it could be from, it could be my. So these are the different I, as, my, to, from, in. When you're trying to express your opinion, the sentences that you have to use in the beginning, the thought in the beginning, what is it that you have to start up with? So I started with in my opinion. Well, I feel like it's completely true. It's totally true. In my opinion, in my view, in my eyes. In my eyes, I'm afraid that it's not correct. So these are expressions of personal opinions from my point of view, from my understanding, from my angle. It's another one, from my angle. The way I'm looking at things, the way I'm just looking at things, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I will not sign that. The way I'm looking at this, I'm thinking otherwise. From my point of view, from my angle, from my understanding. And then to be honest with you. To be sincere with you, to be straightforward with you, to be open with you, to be frank with you. I just couldn't agree more. Like totally, to be frank. So you're expressing, those are the entrances, your introductions to expressing, agreements and disagreements or partial agreements, to be honest, franchement, tu peux être franche, to be honest. I agree with you. To be honest, I couldn't sign this. To be honest, I don't share your point of view. To be honest, I'm afraid I'll have to leave. To be honest, that's not always the case. So to be honest, to be frank, to be sincere, and then in my opinion, my belief, my view, my impression is that you shared a very good point. My opinion, my belief, my view, my understanding, my impression, oftentimes we hear a lot, my impression, is that of disagreement, is that of disbelief, is that of, joy, is that of understanding that that's true, okay? And then you have as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, as far as I deduced, as far, as it is, you just have to think otherwise. As far as it is right now, you better start thinking otherwise. As far as it is. Personally speaking, I think that I'm of the same opinion with you. I think that I am of the same conclusion with you, personally speaking. As for me, I don't share your view. As for me, that's not always the case. As for me, I'm not sure I agree with you. Maybe people have said other things. They say, well, as for me, personally, pertaining to me, I would not go with it. I don't think I share your thoughts. As for me. And then you have the I have no doubt that this will work. I have no doubt that you might be right, but I have no doubt that you might be right. But let me hang on. I guess that, I gather that, I gather what you're saying. I'm getting what you're saying, but I think we should go another way, I'm certain that if we wait a moment, if we wait a minute, he would come, Daddy will come. Or I'm sure that, it's another one, certain or sure. Or I'm positive, it's another one, I'm certain, I'm sure, I'm positive. I'm certain, I'm sure, I'm positive, I'm sincere. Those are the terms. It seems, and then in here you have the it. Let me put the it. This is it here. It seems to me that, it appears to me that, it seems to me that you're always late. It appears to me that you're always sleeping in class. It appears to me, it seems to me that you are expressing your opinions. These are some of the terms that you can use. You have the it, the I, as, my, to, from, in. You're expressing them, It seems to me that it appears to me that it's been proven that, it's been shown that I'm certain, I'm sure, I'm sincere, I'm honest. I gather that you don't want to be here. I gather that it means that you're just getting information, or you look at the person, it looks like you've concluded. So you've gathered your conclusions up from all what you've heard or all what you've seen. So I gather that you want to leave at the end of the month. Is that true? I guess you can leave right now, or I guess you're right, and I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. I'm certain about it. I have no, I'm not troubled about it. I'm not confused about it. I know that you can make it. There's just no doubt. There's no glimpse of uncertainty. No glimpse of certainty. I'm sure and certain. And so as far as personally speaking, as for me, my opinion, my point of view, my impression, my belief, my thoughts, in my opinion, in my angle, in my eyes, these are expressions that you can use, expressions that you can use to build up your sentence, to build up your sentence, your communicative sentence. It doesn't have to necessarily be for agreement or disagreement and things like that. It could just be in general when you're trying to give out some points of views. What would you say? These are them. So I hope that this particular expressions about agreements and disagreements will help you out, and use them in some examples. Maybe later also we'll try to use some of them in examples so you can get a better understanding. But please, class, try to learn at least 6 of them, so you get in each section or so. So you get to use it often, okay? And if you have questions, I'm Teacher Haïssa. Thank you.